took Ian Gary 5 years of fighting in the UFC, breaking his 17-fight win streak, and fighting the scariest contenders on short notice to get the fan base he has now. This isn't just about winning. This is a psychology masterclass. Today I'm breaking down the fighters that grew on us the most and exactly how they did it. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to help support a small channel. We're not even at 50 subscribers yet, so make sure to get in on the channel early while you can. And also make sure to comment fighters that grew on you as well. Starting off with the first fighter, we got Carlos Prates. Now, I feel like a lot of people are going to be surprised by this one because they're going to go, why would you not like this guy? This guy is dope. We all been on his train. We all thought this guy was finna beat the brakes off Ian Gary. However, not me. I was an early hater of the fighting nerds, and so that was a big reason, but that wasn't the only reason. The other main reason I didn't like Carlos Prates was because he's a devil worshiper. He worships Ogun and he practices Kimbanda. I'll link this video by another YouTuber who covers occult and esoteric content in MMA. Yeah, I can't lie, this is a big reason why I didn't like Carlos Prates, just as big as the fighting nerds reason. However, as I seen more of him and he got his comeuppance with Ian Gary, which I knew he was gonna get, I started to like this guy more, and I seen him distance himself from the fighting nerds as well, and it really made me like, to solidify me liking this fighter, he ended up getting that sick ass knockout over Jeff Neal. And another big part of me coming around to liking him was because I realized, okay, yeah, I don't like demon worshipping, but I feel like I should put that aside, right? This is just entertainment. These are cage fighters after all. We're not looking to these people for life advice or for people to look up to. Let me not overcomplicate things. Second on our list of fighters that grew on me is Mario Battleborn Bautista. And now this one you might be like, yeah, dude, we know we are all Rio fans now, but no. Just like how I was a fighting nerds hater before you were, I was a Mario Bautista lover before you. That sounds gay. I became a Mario Bautista fan after the Jose Aldo fight. Wasn't crazy about him, it's just that I can acknowledge, yeah, he's not that entertaining of a fighter, but skill for skill, this guy is really good, and there's nothing you can hate on him for that. Honestly, the Jose Aldo fight wasn't that bad. Go back, watch it back, like, your hate was blinding you. Hey, the Umar Nurmagomedov fight, Rio is the only one that made that entertaining. Mario Bautista was the one that almost got the heel hook and finished him with that head kick, and then all Umar did was freaking hold the body triangle. Rio was the only one that made that fight interesting, and I'm surprised it didn't gain him more fans than it did. It took until the Vinicius Oliveira fight for Rio to get more fans. But just talking about him, I can't believe that he was like a 3-1 underdog against Patchy Mix. Thank you for the cash, Rio. Now that I'm saying this out loud, actually, that might be a bit of actually decent chunk size why I like Rio so much. But nah, he is actually a cool dude. And I knew he was going to finish Oliveira. And actually, I was surprised how many people were picking Oliveira against Rio. But I didn't. Fighting either the day after I upload this or the day I upload this is Alex Fluffy Hernandez. And I never hated this guy in the same way I did Carlos Prates. But I was never that crazy about Fluffy. I kind of just thought he was top 10 fodder for the middleweight division, right? Like, yeah, he's good. He'll beat anyone unranked, beat pretty much anyone top 5, and a lot of people in the top 10, but it's like, he's never going to touch the title. Granted, he still may never touch that title, but it's like, like fodder is the right word. However, after that Delidze performance, I'm wrong. This guy is freaking amazing, and with the way this guy fights, you would think that he's a violent, like, evil person, and there are aspects of him being evil, the way he does Aztec cock magic. But no, this guy's just like a chill stoner dude, which is so funny. The juxtaposition, right? Kind of like Justin Gaethje. I totally gauged this guy wrong. The Brendan Allen fight did throw me off a little bit because that was a pretty stinky performance, but I think there was an asterisk in there where Fluffy was sick or injured or something. That was a boring fight, but this guy wants blood, and for that, he makes this list. Next up, we got Alexandre Pantoja. Yeah, I think a lot of people will agree with me on this one. Yes, he had a boring performance against Brandon Royval. However, since then, I think he's only gotten finishes in the UFC, and he's done it spectacularly, really showing why he's the champion. And the name, the Cannibal, does he ever live up to that or what? This guy cannibalizes people. And his personality, he's a chill, humble dude. Really someone you can respect, you know? I love his fights. I like his custom shorts. I like his style of fighting. I like what he does to people. I am so excited for his Joshua Van rematch, and I hope you guys are too. So I've never shied away from the fact that I'm a new gen UFC fan. I'm a post-Pereira fan is what they call it. And so my introduction to Merab was the Henry Cejudo fight. Now, we all love that moment where Merab chucked Cejudo over his shoulder and threw him on the ground right in front of Dana White, carrying him across the whole octagon. That was sick. But other than that, didn't leave too much of an impression on me. So when he went to go fight O'Malley, I was confused. I'm like, why is this guy the favorite? O'Malley's gonna fucking beat the brakes off this nigga. But no, I was wrong. Everyone else was right. I just wasn't familiar enough with Merab's game. And so in that fight, Merab made it super boring. He held O'Malley against the corner of the cage for 25 minutes. We all agreed it was a stinker, right? I don't think you'll find too many people that thought that was an entertaining fight, right? But my journey to becoming a Merab fan was realizing that smudge grapple style, when Merab does it, is actually super entertaining and fun. It breaks people, and you have to imagine that's more humiliating for a fighter than getting like highlight reel knocked out, right? And then pair that with his crazy personality, I think that makes him a great fighter. His personality is so crazy that he's one of the few fighters I actually follow on Instagram. And I wish him luck in his trilogy with Peter Yan, who honestly could be an honorable mention for this video. Now we got Kamaru Usman. Similar to how I'm a new gen fan, I wasn't too familiar with Kamaru Usman's legacy. My introduction, I believe, was the rematch with Leon Edwards, where he got the head kick over Usman. As that fight was happening, I remember asking my friend, because I was a casual at the time, I still am, but I remember asking him, who do we want to win? Is Usman a heel? Is Leon the good guy in the story? And my friend was like, we don't really care, right? So Leon got the head kick, sick moment, and I kind of dismissed Usman, right? Because Leon's all in the camera fucking doing the headshot dead, this and that. Thought he was cool as hell, which we were totally sold a dream with that, hey? But Leon Edwards is not cool. He does not have an edge to him that he was trying to show off there. And so yeah, made me dismiss Usman, but then making that video about him, which is the second video on my channel, I was like, okay, this guy's actually sick and like low-key underrated, which is why I made that video. Super similar to that is the video I made on Youssef Zalal, which is now my most viewed video, around just under 900 views. I had a similar thought about Youssef Zalal as I did to Fluffy Hernandez, where, okay, this guy is like top 10 fodder, right? Where, yeah, he'll always be in the top 10, but he won't be close to that title contention, and he'll lose to a lot of people. But it's like, after making that video and the Josh Emmett fight, it's like, no, this guy is the real deal. I'm so excited to watch his next fight. Moving on, we got heavyweight Waldo Cortes-Acosta. This guy, he is on this list because of his activity. Without his activity, I don't think many of us would either know who Costa is or care who Costa is if we did know him. Because his activity paired with his fight performances is what gets him on this list. The thing with the eye patch with Ante Delia referencing Tom Aspinall, hilarious. We all hate Tom Aspinall, that's hilarious. We're for that. And this guy, like I said, he's actually knocking us out, which is sick. And we love to see that in our sport. So thanks for being there, Acosta, and I'm surprised you don't have a fight announced right now. God bless you. And then in a similar vein to Acosta, we have Benoit Saint-Denis because of his activity, right? Just like Acosta. I'm not as high on BSD as I am Acosta. I don't think BSD can actually hang up there too high with these more skilled fighters. I picked against him for the Dustin Poirier fight. I picked against him for the Beneil Dariush fight, and I picked against him for the Mauricio Dos Santos fight. And I still don't think he's that crazy of a fighter, but with an activity like that, he makes this list. And not to mention, he's like literally a modern day crusader. The nickname God of War is sick. He walks out to that like crusader ass Jerusalem Holy Land music, and I love that. He's got the cross tatted on him. God bless you, Benoit Saint-Denis. And then for our final fighter, we got Josh Hokit, who you may not know who this guy is, and I wouldn't blame you, because this guy is new to the UFC, just having his debut on either UFC 325 or 324, and then having a Contender Series fight before that. Now, Josh Hokit, he has the first, and what I assume will be the last, is the walk-off flipping the bird TKO. That's right. This guy was beating up his opponent, flipped in the bird, and that was the deciding factor of the ref calling the fight off. And that is so freaking cool. You know, I thought this guy on the mic was so funny on the Contender Series, so I was really hoping for him to win. at UFC 324 or whatever it was, because I knew whatever he's going to say on the mic was going to be hilarious. And not to mention his skills in the octagon, he actually looked sincerely good. Yeah, he was fighting a guy that sucked, but like his wrestling looked good. And as far as I remember, for the Contender Series fight, Josh Hokit's cardio looked good too, which is like something we desperately need in the heavyweight division. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to help the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.